YouTubers are always telling you that the YieldMax MSTY can destroy your account. Let's take a look at the chart, and also let's pull up my position in MSTY and see where I'm at to help decide if that's true or not. Hello my friends, this is Legend. So today we're going to take a look at MSTY. We're going to take a look at the charts, and we're also going to look at my position in MSTY, where I'm currently at, and if I am losing money in MSTY, because that seems to be the big question about these YieldMax ETFs, that they can destroy your account. So I just wanted to show you what mine looks like. So let's just go ahead and slide right over to the Webull chart and see where it currently is at. Okay, so here we are on the Webull chart. And as you can see, MSTY has been having a very nice move up. We went from that low of about $17.10 to a close of $23.59 as of Friday. It's a very nice move. We had a resistance line right here at that $22.65. We did open and close with a green candle above that $22.65. That's a very good sign, as far as hopefully meaning that we have now broke that resistance line, and now that resistance line can now become a support line. So we may be seeing a support at $22.65 since it did not touch it on Friday. It opened and closed above the $22.65. So that's one good sign. We did have a nice big green volume candle. We are showing on the MACD, it is increasing in momentum. We are still crossed up on the MACD, and the RSI 14 is at 59, so we are not overbought either. Let's take a quick look at MR, and as you can see here on MR, we had that resistance line right here at that 344.47. We had touched it on Thursday, and Friday we opened and closed and stretched both wicks above and below, stayed above that resistance line. So hopefully now that can become a support line at 344.47. So that's what we will be looking at going forward, as that being our new support line. So now let's get to the main question and ask, is MSTY going to destroy your account, lose all of your money, and you'll be packing up going home? So that seems to be the big question that you see a lot of times in other videos, or even sometimes in the comments. And as just like anything else, if you don't have a plan and you are just buying all the time whenever, and you're buying on the high side, you could stay underwater for a while, and as long as MSTY continues to go up, eventually you'll be okay. But if you have a plan and you try to buy at good buy points to help average yourself down, gather your distributions, and also if you're selling puts against MSTY to earn some option premium, that just helps offset that amount that you have invested into MSTY. So the best way to do all of that and to show exactly what it looks like as far as the distributions, the purchase prices and such, is to look at my actual position in MSTY. So that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button and like button. It'd be much appreciated. And now let's just check out my sheet position of MSTY and see where I'm at. Okay, so here we are on my spreadsheet for MSTY, and I use this spreadsheet to help determine my average cost in this position, because if you don't keep track of your position and the distributions that you're earning, you won't know when your money is no longer at risk. You won't know when your invested capital has been returned back to you, which then therefore everything after that point would be free and clear cash. So it is always a good idea to track your position. And to track your position, you have to have a way of doing that. And I use this spreadsheet here, which you can also get in a link that is in the description of this video. And it will also be pinned at the top of the comments. So in this spreadsheet here, it shows the current price, and this adjusts depending on what day you open it. It will be the current closed price. It helps to calculate the number of shares you have open, and that's the total number of shares that you have purchased, and it is adding them up from the chart that you're entering in. It provides the average share price, your purchase share price, your total capital that you have invested, and then over here you've got your distributions. These are your distributions that you have earned over the period of time that you've had the stock. That gets calculated and added into here. Then you have your total current invested value. This cell actually tells you what the current market value is of the number of shares you have. So it's basically the current price times the number of shares you have. That's the current value of your investment value. Your calculated adjusted capital invested here is your total capital minus any distributions or premium, which we haven't talked about yet, that you've earned. That creates your new adjusted capital, and this is the actual amount that you have at risk. The adjusted price per share is that adjusted capital divided by the number of shares that you have to create your new price per share at your adjusted capital at risk. And then of course your percent that you've earned back in that at that time. The total unrealized gains would be the amount that you have gained above the current price if you were to sell the shares at the current price per share of $23.59. And this last number is the amount that you would actually have earned above your capital that you have invested. So if I was to sell my shares at the current price of $23.59, I will come out with a total of $5,932.43 above what I have invested into Misti. Now, if you notice, my distributions over here was about 65, right? 6,565. But since the price of the shares at $23.59 is under my actual purchase price of $25.21, I will not get that full $6,565 in distributions. I will actually only get the $5,900 because you have to also take in the loss of the price depreciation right here, because the current price is $23.59, but my average being $25.21, I have to subtract that amount per share out of the amount that I actually have earned. Now, once the current price is above $25.21, then I will actually gain back all of my distribution of $6,556 plus any price appreciation between the two prices. And that would be if I sell the shares. But you all know I'm not planning on selling the shares because I'm using Misti as an income play. I'm looking for Misti to pay me every 4 weeks a distribution and eventually get back all of my invested capital, and then everything after that would be free and clear distributions into my pocket. And that would mean that this percent earned right here, where it says 66.77%, would be at 100% or above. 100% meaning that I have earned distributions or premiums totaling the amount that I have invested. Anything above the 100% means I have earned more in distributions and premium than I have the amount of invested capital into Misti. Now, this 66.77 is not counting my premium over here, where I have been selling puts on Misti. And I'm going to show you that it makes a big difference to sell puts on Misti. Right now I have two currently open puts, one at $22 and one at $20. Both of them for July 18th, and both of them are out of the money currently. The price being $23.59. As long as that price does not get down below the 22 or the 20, these will expire worthless, and I'll just look to open a new put. Let's just go ahead and add in the amount of the premiums for selling those puts. And I just got a simple little toggle right here, and I'll just toggle that to yes. And what that will do is that will add in those premiums earned. And as you will see, the percent earned being 66.77 will adjust for those premiums earned. And that goes to now 73.68%, with now my new adjusted price per share of $6.64 per share. And now, as you can see, if I was to sell my shares currently, now I would make actually $6,611.52 because I have been earning premium on selling the puts on Misti. So I'm getting closer and closer to earning my capital back. I am still buying shares every so often, but I'm only buying them if they are under my purchase price and a few other points that I'm looking for when I'm looking to buy shares on Misti. Now, if you can buy your additional shares under your adjusted price per share here, then definitely look to do that. But when it starts getting so low, like it is on mine, where it's $6.64, it won't get down that low anytime soon that I can see, nor do I want it to, right? But it is under the price of the $25.21, but I don't want to necessarily buy just for the sake of buying. I do look for a few indicators to help me determine when's a good time to buy. Now, it doesn't always work out in my favor, as I did miss it on this last round, but that's okay. The market always gives you another chance at some point to buy back in. So tell me, am I losing money here? Is my account going to zero? Well, if I was to sell it right now, I'm going to clear $6,600. Well, that doesn't sound like I'm losing money, right? Sounds like I've gained money. I have earned and gained $6,611.52. And that's if I closed it right now. I would gain that amount. To me, if I was losing money and my account is going to get blown up and destroyed, I would be showing a negative here. I would be showing that I'm losing money. I am not losing money. Misti is not blowing my account up, but I can't tell you what to do. I can only show you what I'm doing. And as you can see here, it looks like I'm making money, but hey, that's just me. I'm just looking at the numbers. Maybe somebody else has got a crystal ball and they know it's about to turn around and drop to the floor. I don't know, but going off of what I see, I'm here to stay. Misti's doing and treating me well, so I'm gonna stick around for a while. How about you? Are you making some money? Are you able to track your position? It's very important to track your position. So if you have a sheet that you can keep track of that to help create that adjusted price per share, keep track of your distributions you've earned in some kind of spreadsheet, definitely use that. But if you don't have anything, like I said, check out the description for the link, and at the top of the pinned comments, there will be a link to acquire this spreadsheet that you can use, and it will be blank for you to fill in your date of purchase, buy price, and the number of shares that you purchase, along with the distributions you've earned and any premium if you are selling puts or even selling calls, either one. It's just a nice way of keeping track of your position, which you need to be doing for sure. So I think I'm going to wrap it up right there. If you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It is very needed for the channel, and it helps the algorithm to get this video out to others. So as always, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you get into any stock plays. And until next time, legend out.